Hey, good morning, Dr. Brown. This is Mike Fortner. I'm one of the instructors in Physics 150, which you could probably tell from the email. I have a couple of questions I'd like to go over with you. First of all, I'm sending you this like a video because when I'm going to type a lot, uh, I like to send videos because my right hand doesn't work that well, and it takes me a while to type. And I was not that good a typist to begin with anyway. So I hope you don't mind getting this video, uh, because it's just easier for me to communicate like that. First of all, I just want to tell you that I'm really enjoy the class, and I hope I'm contributing properly to the students. Uh, One of the issues that came up, or actually just a discussion I had with Mark Gruen, I believe, who was was the overall dean for this class before you became assigned to that. I don't really know the story of that, but at any rate, he and I talked by phone once about the rubric grading, and uh, one of the questions I've always had, I'm just not bothered to really change it or even look at it too much, was frequently in the exemplary category for the rubric. Uh, if it's a calculation that's required, there is no real category for exemplary. If you do the calculation, you get full credit. For some of the things that are not related to the calculation, but are there, or there might be possibly, there is a kind of a generic description of what the work is, and I usually just put my own spin on that. It says something like, you know what this is. You teach the class as well. That the when you do exemplary work, you've answered the question in a creative manner. Well, when I talked to Mark about that, he said that it was possible for us to put in our own categories for exemplary. As long as we told the students what those were, we could probably use those if they were approved. So I have some suggestions for that, and I was going to work on them, but not unless you said it was at least possible that I could add those. The other question, sorry, I'm looking down at my notes here. The other question was on the Project 3 assignment, which is considered a Newton's Law assignment. And that's kind of how it's written in a strange kind of way. That particular kind of problem is usually presented in conjunction with momentum and impulse. And I don't want to say anything like that in what I'm telling the students because if it's not considered that or if they've not been exposed to that, I don't want to add something that might be beyond the scope. But I was wondering if we could discuss that sometime. Um, and then finally, I've attached a reference here of a case study, not one that I would like to add for us. I think the case study as it's written, I'm not a big fan of it, but the problem that they talk about has some historical value as well as it's an application of Atwood's machine. And I'd like to consider making a modification to that, but I don't want to do it unless it's possible that we can get something put into the course. Um, you can email me back, or if you want to, I wouldn't mind a phone call. My telephone number is 817-235-5769. Either that or email. I'd appreciate just discussing this a little bit.